Welcome back to the channel. Talk more politics. I actually like this better than ranting about Marilyn Manson and stuff like that. I prefer to talk about politics. But we're looking at the Trump impeachment, which is very stupid. Trump is, first of all, before we look at this video evidence the Democrats have given us, um, let's talk about why the impeachment is useless and stupid. First of all, Trump's out of office. The only reason they want to impeach him now is just to distract us from what's going on, what's really going on. Distracting us from Black Lives Matter riots, distracting us from censorship. All these important things they're trying to distract us from, so we'll get our mind set on the impeachment. Oh, and the media loves something to do with Trump being impeached, so they're getting their clout and their fame. So we'll see this evidence, supposed evidence of why Trump needs to be impeached. To be honest, there is kind of evidence that Trump did not do what he's supposed to. It has nothing to do with the riots. It has all to do with what he did with Black Lives Matter riots. But Trump's not the only one in the wrong with the Black Lives Matter riots. The governors are the main ones to blame. Trump just saved a bunch of lives. He did technically break the law there, but he saved bunches of lives. But he's not even being held accountable for that. He's being held accountable for something he did not cause and he did not do and he did not encourage people to do. So let's see what they call evidence. We're watching on Newsmax TV. Let me turn it up.
We will stop the steal. Today I will lay out just some of the evidence proving that we won this election, and we won it by a landslide. This was not a close election.
Now, I do not agree that Trump won the election. Trump lost. He lost the election, I'm sure of it. But Trump is right about things being there's a lot of lies going on and a lot of stuff being hidden from the public eye. Conservatives are being considered as delusional conspiracists and stuff, when in fact they're telling the truth. Well, somewhat of the truth. I wouldn't say all conservatives are truthful, all Republicans are truthful, or whatever. I don't believe 3/4 of Republicans. I'm sorry. I'll take some stuff from them, but I'm more centralist. Get out here with your stupidity.
Well,
if you want to be in here, then be serious.
Oh, this is
Trump
serious?
Yes, very serious.
Is this live stream?
No, we're not live streaming.
Okay. This is a serious one. You better get serious, viewers.
And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you.
They're trying to impeach him.
He's not even the president.
Yeah. What is the... Well, I know the point. I know all what they're up to.
We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down to the Capitol. Let's take the Capitol. Take the Capitol. We are going to the Capitol, where our problems are. It's that direction.
There's nothing wrong with the protest. Even if they just protested, they would still consider it violence, because the Democrats don't want the Republicans to protest. But when the Democrats protest, it's just fine. Black Lives Matter protests are nothing but crap. All they are biased, and they're racist too. Talk about us being white supremacists for being born white. Look at Black Lives Matter. They don't give a flying crap about black on black. there was so many blacks killed in the Black Lives Matter protests. And then they're just going on about whites are racist and stuff. If that was a white killing a black, they'd be all over in the news. The media just eats that stuff right up. As President Trump continued his speech, a wave of supporters begins marching to the Capitol. They should protest. I would have been right there protesting. We need to stop the steal. We need all these so-called woke people. Just don't get me started on that.
Tens of thousands of folks, they came in duffel bags. Where the hell did they come from?
There's something else that proves that Trump did not win the election. Think about all the people, all the enemies he has made. The Democrats obviously is not going to vote for him. A lot of the blacks did, yes. But the female blacks mostly vote for Biden. You had the celebrities mostly vote for Biden. You had the gays, lesbians, transgenders, all that mostly vote for Biden. Especially, and they probably are glad with their choice after what Trump did went right before he left office. He went and made it harder for the gays and stuff and transgenders, which was stupid. I'm kind of mad about that on Trump, but still, I'm just gonna let it slide. I did not agree with that, but let's see this so-called evidence they have. The crowd breaches the protective barricades of the Capitol as Congress meets to count the votes of the Electoral College.
Madam Speaker, the Vice President, and the United States Senate. Off the sidewalk. Stand up for him. Stand up for him. That's what we outnumber you a million to one out here.
First thing I saw wrong here, they're disrespecting the police officer. They should not be disrespecting the police officers. And yes, that's what I'm concerned about. I'm not concerned about these, all these politicians. I don't give a flying frick about them. They could, as Will Ferrell said, they can cover themselves in peanut butter and have a group orgy for all I care. Or was that the other guy in that movie? I'm not sure. President Trump continued his speech as members take their seats.
The Constitution says you have to protect our country and you have to protect our Constitution. And you can't vote on fraud. And fraud breaks up everything, doesn't it? When you catch
Trump, there was no fraud. There's no fraud, okay? What really happened, from what I see, what really happened was the mail-in ballots were so confusing and stuff that they missed a lot of it. The mail-in ballots messed up everything. I'm not on either side here. I'm against both of them on here. When it comes to the election being fraudulent, the election was messed up and everything. Mail-in ballots was the stupidest thing we could have done. Thanks. Real good job, Democrats. And Donald Trump, you need to stop with the fraud. Well, this was back on January 6th, but still, it was not fraud. It was not voter fraud. I mean, sure, there are probably some people who claim to be so and so, but Joe Biden did not cheat in the election.
Somebody in a fraud, you're allowed to go by very different rules. So I hope Mike has the courage to do what he has to do.
Mike does not have the courage. He is owned by the Republican Party. He's a sheep. He does not have the mind to think for himself. He does not have the guts to stand up for nothing. And that was a poor choice for Donald Trump. He should have chose someone who has more strength. So what if he's a Christian? The guy is weak. He is owned and incompetent. Should not have chose Mike Pence as the vice president.
We fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
President Trump ends his speech and urges the mob to move toward the Capitol. Okay, stop calling them a mob. Where's the torches? Where's the pitchforks? They're not a mob, Democrats. They're not a mob. They were Trump supporters who were fighting for justice. They were protesting. Something Black Lives Matter did, but when Black Lives Matter had snipers on the roof and lasted for weeks, killed bunches of black lives, what they're supposedly saving, and destroying businesses, setting stuff afar. I'm not talking about burning American flag. If it's your own, it's your business. That should not be against the law, but still. I mean, it's not what a true American patriot would do, but it's your business if it's your own. But they did all kinds of stuff, and then President Trump steps in, and then President Trump has to step in with the National Guard. The mayors don't even do anything. They have the power. They're just double standards. That is what this country is going with nowadays. Everything's double standard. Republicans are just the same. You're Republican, Democrat, you're double standard. I'm sure there's libertarians double standard. Some of us centralists are double standard, I'm sure.
We're going to walk down Pennsylvania Avenue. I love Pennsylvania. And we're going to the Capitol. And we're going to try and give our Republicans, the weak ones, because the strong ones don't need any of our help, we're going to try and give them the kind of pride and boldness that they need to take back our country.
Did they just call the police officers traitors, or are these police officers?
Majority Leader. We're debating a step.
That's Mitch McConnell, ain't it? He's incompetent. He's incontinent. He's just like Mike Pence. Incompetent, owned by a Republican Party. Republicans, the politics, do not care about Donald Trump. They just pretended that they were on his side. They were really worrying about their own agenda, worrying about getting money. That's all the Republicans were doing. And, yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that.
That has never been taken in American history. President Trump claims the election was stolen. The assertions range from specific local allegations to constitutional arguments to sweeping conspiracy theories. But my colleagues, nothing before us proves illegality anywhere near the massive scale.
I agree with Mitch McConnell to some extent, but there is the election was very messed up. I wouldn't call it fraud. I would call it there were so many ballots that you could not. A lot of them couldn't be counted, and they did need a recount. They should have done recount the whole country, gave it more time, and went over it more thoroughly. But no, they didn't, and we're stuck with Biden for the next 4 years.
Massive scale that would have tipped the entire election.
Okay, let's see what they actually did in the Capitol, because I did not actually see it.
He's not assassin. Speaker, can I have order?
Buffering. Wait. Doesn't really look like they're destroying nothing. Doesn't look like a riot to me. It just looks like a protest. And I know you're all going to disagree with me. I saw the Marilyn Manson comment. Let me tell you something, whoever comment on that Marilyn Manson video. You're innocent until you're proven guilty. Is there proof? Were you in there? You just heard it. You just heard what the women said about Marilyn Manson. Women lie. Let me tell you that. Everyone lies. Everyone from whites lie, blacks lies, men lie, women lie, gays, straights, lesbians, all that. They all lie. There's somebody, at least one person on those groups that lies. Well, way more than one person, but still. They could have lied, for all you know. Why would they wait so long? You know what? Just rewatch the video and you will see what I said.
The House will be in order.
Where's the violence? Where's the violence they said? I don't see no violence. How are the Democrats going to win with this? This is not a compelling argument. It's not showing anything. They got in the Capitol building, that's all they did. Where's the violence? Where's the killing? I don't see none of that. How can you have an allegation against Trump if there is no proof of violence?
They're leaving. They're leaving. They're leaving.
They're breaking a glass door, okay. They can replace it, they've got plenty of money. But anyway, they maybe shouldn't have done that, but they should. There's like 2 people that did that. You're going to have to put some fear in these politicians if we're going to have honest politicians. We're going to have to put some fear in them. I'm not talking about violence, but you're going to have to scare them. Otherwise, they'll just be crooks, take advantage of you, steal your money. That's all they're doing, and that's all they'll continue to do unless you put some fear in this. This so-called riot at the Capitol, I believe it was necessary. I don't believe it should have been for the reason Trump said it was. I don't agree with Trump on that, but still, this was not a riot. This was a protest. If you notice, a person from the so-called riot was killed. No one else was harmed or nothing. I hope they put some fear in them. These are corrupt politicians. They are lying, and some of them are incompetent. They don't even need to be in office, like Joe Biden. You really think he's the one doing this? No, it's Bernie Sanders and Nancy Pelosi. Joe Biden has no power. He's incompetent. He needs to be in a nursing home. If we're being honest with ourselves, if we're actually seeing the truth, if we're watching from different views, stop watching one view. Stop watching just CNN. Start watching a little bit of everything. See the truth. Understand it for yourself.
There's gotta be something in here we can fucking use against these scumbags. That's what we fucking need to have 30,000 guns on here.
I didn't know you were. I thought they had to censor it on TV. Okay, now things are getting a little more intense, but still not what I call a riot. They're just trying to get in the Capitol. They need to storm the Capitol. We're not going to see change if we just sit around. I'm not talking about rioting. I'm talking they need to storm the Capitol. I'm not in support of what Trump said we needed to storm the Capitol for. They needed to do this. We need to be heard. If they won't let us talk on social media, then we'll storm the Capitol. They asked for this. They begged for this. And they got it. And look what they're doing. They deserved it. And I'm glad it happened. Hate me, unsubscribe, I don't care. Actually, no one subscribed my channel, this channel right now anyway. But still, I don't care. They got what they deserved. They got some fear put into them. These corrupt politicians, these incompetent, well, the incompetent need to be taken out. Joe Biden needs to be taken out. Put someone who is competent to run this country, someone who's not a crook, not a criminal, not a liar.
Where they could take it away from all of us. This where such a thing happened, where they could take it away. Vigilant election.
This is not Donald Trump's fault. It was not Donald Trump's fault at all. But I'm totally in support of that riot. Or protest. It was not a riot. Let's face it, it was not a riot. No one got hurt except for one of the people that were supposedly rioting.
But we can't. What happens? You see the way others are treated that are so bad and so evil. I know how you feel. But go home and go home in peace.
See?
I know how you feel. But go home and go home in peace. I know how you feel. But go home and go home in peace. I know how you feel. But go home and go home in peace.
You hear that, or are you deaf? I played it for you 3 times. If you're arguing with, if you're getting mad at me, we'll leave it down in the comments anyway. But I am not going to change what I believe in just for you stupid little snowflakes. I'm talking about the people who are getting mad at me for having a different opinion than them. Not for anyone having a different opinion. You can have your own opinion. I don't care. I'm not like these Democrats. Or these Republicans either. Republicans are just the same. Well, not really about that. They don't really mind if you are offensive to them, and if you're offensive to the Democrats too. So, but that'll be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sure a lot of you don't agree with me because a lot of people are brainwashed by news and media. But I want each and every one of you, if you're into politics and you're into news and stuff, don't watch just one channel. Don't watch CNN all the time. Watch a little bit of everything. Get something from each side of the story. Don't just watch one side of the story. You're not going to get the truth out of that. I thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to your channel, turn notifications, get notified when I post my next video. I'll be doing more politics and controversial topics on this channel in the future. Thank you for watching. See you guys in the next one, and peace.